Peace, blessings, and love, family.
Highmore's Park. Listen to these results. $12 million, $3.9 million, $9.8 million. Right here, back to chest, got it like this. That's it, we're gonna have good old church. Can I hear the good time, please, come on. A little bass, please. All right, here we go. God is, oh, God is, He's my joy. That's it. He's my hope. He's my rock. A shelter. Tell somebody, say, God is, God is, my everything. God is, God is, He's my joy. He's my hope. He's my rock. A shelter. God is, God is, my everything. God is, hey, my everything. God is, my joy. He's my hope. He's my rock. Yes, sir. A shelter. Say, God is, God is, God is, God is. He's a force in the heaven. Hey, God is. Anybody know that God is? God is. He's my joy. God is. God is. God is. You can call on Jesus and he'll be there. God is. God is. God is. God is. My everything. My everything. I cannot get a witness. I cannot get a witness. I cannot get a witness. That God is. That God is. You can call on Jesus in time of day. God is my everything. God is my everything. My God don't fail. My friends fail. My boys fail. But not the man, my sister, my brother. Anybody know that's a brother? My everything. God is my capital. That God is. God is. Pick me up. Somebody know that's a lifter. He's the burning barrel of my everything. money, clothes on my back, shoes on my feet. Woo!
Peace, blessings, and love, family. The hell will be with you in a minute. Play a couple of more songs before we get into it.
God is, God
Hello, everybody. Michael here. I want to invite you to our Pastors and Leaders Conference, June 4th and 5th, right here in Orlando, Florida. Last year we were on the West Coast in San Diego, and this year we are bringing it back home, right here to our city that we love so much. Our desire is to see pastors and leaders strengthened in the presence of the Lord, to learn
Everybody go home for a while.
how to make this.
Peace and blessings, family. We'll play one more song. We'll play one more song. God is good, Bishop Paul Martin.
God is good, Bishop Paul Morton.
Come on, everybody, put your hands together. Come on. God is a good God. Worthy to be praised. God is a good God. Worthy to be praised. Oh, God is a good God. Yes, He is. Worthy to be praised. God is. God is a good God. Yes, He is. Worthy to be praised. God is a mighty God. Worthy to be praised. Come on, if you know the truth, come on. God is a mighty God. Yes, He is. Worthy to be praised. God is a mighty God. Yes, He is. Worthy to be praised. God is a good God. And He is. You know what? God is a holy God. Worthy to be praised. God is a holy God. Yes, He is. Anybody know that truth? Come on. God is a holy God. Worthy to be praised. Yeah. God is a good God. One more thing I want to sing about this. God is an awesome God. Worthy to be praised. God is an awesome God. Yes, He is. Anybody know that truth? Let me see you wave your hand. God is an awesome God. And He is. Worthy to be praised. Yeah. God is a good God. And He is. Worthy to be praised. He's good.
Yeah!
He's good.
Good!
He's good. Anybody know that He's good? He's good. Woke me up this morning. Started me on my way. Shoes on my feet. Clothes on my back. Yeah. Anybody know He's good? Anybody know He's good? Let me hear you say yeah. 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 Yeah.
Yeah!
Somebody say good. He's good. Touch your neighbor, say good. Show love good. I wonder if I got a witness here. Yeah, he's good. He's good. Food on the
Put it
table.
on the table.
I know he's able. Do you know he's able? Do you know he's
Peace and
able?
love.
Do you know that he's able? Yeah, he's able. Let me hear you say
We
yeah.
got in the house. What's up, my brother David? We'll call y'all out after this song. Peace and love to the Melanated family. Good, good. The greatest St. Stephen Mass Choir out of New Orleans, Louisiana. Anybody know that he's good?
Stop the innocent.
doctor in the sick room,
Lawyer in the courtroom.
the lawyer in the courtroom.
Lawyer in the courtroom.
We don't know who I am. Blackberry, with my brother David, Danielle, 5434. We got my brother Joe Thomas, California in the house. We got Virginia in the house. Who else we got in the house? We got New York, we got Philadelphia, California, Louisiana. Thank you very much, my sister, Miss Sherry Pye. Peace and love.
Never sue the other driver after a car accident. There's a better way to get paid a way bigger check without having.
Peace and blessings, family. Glad y'all joined in tonight. Been a while since I did a live stream. You know we in YouTube jail on the other channel. Yeah, it's on life support. But we'll get out of that. That's right. We got McKinley, Texas in the house. Peace and love. Got a nice little crowd in here. But we will continue to bring the truth. Seems like YouTube don't like the truth. Or they got some haters out there flagging Donald Trump, Roland Martin, all them coons. It's all good, it's all good. Willie Gray, peace and blessings. Glad you joined in. We got 30 people in here. Hit the like button. We got 30 people in here, 16 thumbs up. So must be got 15 to 16 people. Well, we know they got trolls and bots in here. But you can run in here all you want. You ain't gonna hear nothing but the truth. That's right. Got a lot of things going on in this world today. A lot of evil things going on. What's that, Blackberry? Peace and blessing. Hit that like button as you come in. It ain't gonna cost you no money. That's right. It's a free will channel. I mean, if you want to donate something to the Cash App of the Super Chat, the elder will gladly accept it and do the right thing with it. I ain't gonna smoke no crack. None of the, take no drugs. He never did that and never will at 78. At least we'll be 78 in a couple of more months. What's that, my crackling? I just got the Elder and Michael Clark present. Okay. Yeah, I know Michael. He be on YouTube, Facebook a lot. He come to YouTube too. Yeah, they got a lot going on in this world today. They got some evil doers. They got a lot of unrighteous people that is doing all kind of evil things. Seems like people don't care no more about another person's life. They don't care nothing about your feelings. It is diabolical evilness because we live in a diabolical society. What else? What other way you gonna put it? We're living in an evil society. We're living in somebody else's evil culture. Blood. They love blood. They love deleting people. They love to see people suffer. You got to be diabolical to do something like that. These reptilians putting poison in the food. If that ain't diabolical, what it is? I mean, these devils are putting poison in the food, putting poison in the water, and putting poison in you if you're hurt, because they don't care. A demon has no compassion. The lion in the jungle would not have compassion for the baby deer, or the mama deer, or the male deer, or whatever else he can catch and eat. Because that's his nature to kill. He's an animal. That's the way he was created, to keep everything balanced. If you got too much of this and too much of that, everything gonna get unbalanced. That's right. That's their nature to kill. But it's not humans' nature to kill, only protecting yourself, or protecting your loved ones, your family. Just to go out and take somebody's life, put all kind of distractions, evil, and they have programming they have programming condition us to be just like them. They all come from a psychological brainwash system that programs the mind, along with the drugs and the alcohol and the bad food. They got us all messed up. And everything I'm saying is the truth. Because I've been, not because I'm 78 years old, that don't mean shit. They got a lot of old damn food. Whatever comes from my mouth comes from experience, and it comes from what we living in. I'm watching it. I see everything. I'm not nowhere near dementia. I see the evil. I see the unrighteousness. I was born in it. I was born in one of the racist states in the United States of America. Think I ain't seen how we've been treated, how our land been taken away, misusing our children, our women, and they have programmed us to, even some of them, to go along with it. The Stephen Jingos and the Roland Martins and the Joyce Reeves and the Black Congressional Caucus that are going along with this evilness. They're going along with it. Misusing, abusing our people. These so-called black shields, what a lot of our brothers and sisters call them. Because that's what they are. They're working with evil and unrighteous people. But yet you see them in the church house on Sunday morning, praying to their white Jesus, not the creator, not the essence that he is, was, and ever shall be. going along with the evil and unrighteous agenda against God's people. Because we are God's people. Because a godly man has compassion. I got compassion. I believe in compassion. I believe in love. I believe in empathy for mankind, womankind, and all the animals in nature. That's what I believe in. I believe in righteousness. That's why I eat less meat, and I may eliminate it from my diet, any kind of meat, chicken, whatever. Because look at when you really look at it, the slaughterhouses in America, who want to see that? How they brutalize these animals for human consumption. Because they're reptilians. They're reptilians. Because reptilians eat animals, eat flesh, drink blood. It's not in our nature to do that, but we do it. We have been programmed to eat the chicken, the hogs, the fish. And in the Creator's eyesight, even Jesus, a.k.a. Yeshua, was a vegan. He was a man that loved animals. He didn't eat or kill nothing that the Creator created. That's right. Through my studies, I felt information on that he was Yeshua, the Christ, the black Christ, in those biblical times, not Caesar Borgia. Caesar Borgia wasn't living there in those times. He was created. That's right. But Yeshua was a vegan. He didn't eat no animals, you know. But we have been programmed and conditioned, even myself. That's right. But I've been kind of leaning off it a little bit because I do have compassion in my heart for all life. The trees, the bugs, the snakes, or whatever. As long as they live in their environment, you live in yours, they ain't gonna bother you. When I go to the pet shop, I see all these creatures locked up in a goddamn cage. You go to the zoo, you see all kind of animals locked up. You see beautiful birds in a cage when they're supposed to be out free. Where this idea come from? Who idea that came from? Just enjoying why they got there. You see birds everywhere. I see blue jays, red birds, pigeons, all kind of life. That's where I live at, squirrels running around, lizards, frogs, whatever. And the only threat to them is Queen and the cat. The Queen and the cat will eat them. That's right. If it don't eat him, it's sure gonna kill him. That's right, family. But let's talk about they got the big subject coming up. Let me see, can I find this clip about birthright citizenship. I think Lisa Cabrera did a nice Well, I'm on history right now. Just see, can I find it? Citizenship. Birthright citizenship. They're trying to vote on it right now. Might have to switch this. Give me a minute, family. A couple of stories we're going to want y'all to listen at. We through preaching right now. We're going to get to the commentary. So can I find that clip? These cats out there. Give me a minute, family. I gotta switch it. I can't find this, what I'm looking for. Phone acting up. I might just have to go to the channel. Give me a minute, family. Trying to find this video. Yeah, I got a channel. Give me a minute, family. I want y'all to listen at this clip. This thing is, no, what? I don't even see this video. Give me a minute, family. It's gotta be in here somewhere. I want y'all to listen at this citizenship. Man, I can't find this video. Sorry about that, family. I'm trying to find a video. I don't know why it's not coming up. Okay, we got it. This video about birthright citizenship. A lot of these people coming in here, from other places, but it wasn't made for that.
Well, all of a sudden it's some major problem now. Hey, it is what it is. And you remember, Donald Trump said himself, most ICE agents are Hispanic. So it's your own people doing this stuff to you. So y'all, let's get to it. Let me share my screen. Oop. All right.
Yeah, he's definitely trying to do it.
Give me a one if you can see my screen. Thank you.
Family, can y'all hear my video? I mean, how's the sound? Yeah, there is Lisa Cabral. How's the sound? Let me know. So it must be good. Somebody says Lisa Cabral.
Thank you, thank you.
Here's the update on birthright citizenship. The Supreme Court was very skeptical of Trump's arguments that the 14th Amendment does not apply to every human being who's born in the United States. Only certain people who are subject to the jurisdiction of would become U.S. citizens at birth. Multiple reports are saying that the justices of the Supreme Court across the board questioned the administration's position and did not sound eager to overturn
You could tell he's against it. Birthright citizenship is the 14th Amendment. It was made for the descendants of slaves, and I know I'm one. That's right. Matter of fact, we was enslaved. I'm gonna say that again. We didn't come from Africa. I had a few of them that came here. They wasn't in no millions. There was already millions of us already living here. We was enslaved. That's right.
and did not sound eager to overturn birthright citizenship precedent. So what does this mean? It means this is not looking like an easy win for Trump, because even the conservative justices, based on reports, were not on board. Chief Justice John Roberts questioned the legal foundation and practical consequences of Trump's position. Neil Gorsuch and Amy Coney Barrett, also conservative judges, raised concerns about how this would actually work in practice and whether the interpretation even makes sense that not every child born in the United States is a U.S. citizen. So that's huge when conservative justices start questioning your theory. It means the argument is on shaky ground to begin with. And of course, liberal judges pushed even harder. Ketanji Brown Jackson challenged both the history and real world consequences of overturning birthright citizenship.
What he's saying don't make no sense, because most of those judges, the Supreme Court, they're Republicans. And most likely they're going to go along with Trump, which Trump is right about that. All these people didn't come in here from somewhere else and claim they're citizens when they ain't built nothing. Our ancestors built America. The people that came before us, who went through slavery, who went through Jim Crow, and still going through a lot of hell right now. They just passed a law in Louisiana about the voting shit. I'm going to play that after that. Yeah, trying to stop black people from voting, but black people can counteract that by doing for self. Get your own party. Fuck the Republican Party and the Democrats. Both of them devils. And the niggas that's going along with them. Hate to say it like that.
birthright citizenship. Justice Sonia Sotomayor pointed directly.
I can't believe this is actually happening, but the Supreme Court just agreed to hear President Trump's case on ending birthright citizenship. And this could redefine what it means to be an American citizen. Trump's order, if you remember, says that kids born in the United States to illegal immigrants or short-term visitors shouldn't automatically get citizenship. Now, immediately lawsuits hit, claiming it violates the 14th Amendment.
If your mammy or your pappy come from somewhere else, how are you a citizen? A citizen got a social security card, a birth certificate, this, that, and other. A real citizen that's been here. That's right. We been here. We was here during slavery time, Jim Crow time. We was here when Columbus came and said he seen some brown-looking people, some dark-looking people. He written that in his diary. And yes, we was here, because we the first one on this planet. I can guarantee you everywhere the white man went, or the Europeans went, the French, the British, the Swedes, the Belgians, all of them white folks that went into black people's land and colonized them, slaved them, programmed and conditioned them. They went all over the world and did that, and they did it here too. When they got here, that's who they thought. Us. And the so-called Native Americans, they come from somewhere else too. They ain't the original people of this land.
Automatically get citizenship. Now, immediately lawsuits hit, claiming it violates the 14th Amendment, specifically the phrase subject to the jurisdiction thereof. I mean, that's the entire fight, really. Does it mean anyone physically here for 5 minutes, or people who actually owe full political allegiance to the United States? Now, for context, the 14th Amendment was written in 1868 to guarantee citizenship to freed slaves, not to answer modern questions about illegal immigration or birth tourism.
Exactly.
And the big court case that everyone seems to cite dealt with parents who were here legally and permanently living here, not people who were here unlawfully or temporarily. Pure research, this one's pretty wild, says that births to unauthorized immigrants used to hit around 755,000 people a year. I mean, that's roughly 7% of all U.S. births. I mean, that's why it matters. This ruling could reshape immigration incentives, taxpayer costs, and border policy overnight. So the Supreme Court will now decide, is automatic citizenship for everyone born here truly required by the Constitution? Or is America overdue for a reset? Whatever they choose.
Ending birthright citizenship will be a difficult and lengthy process. President Trump signed an executive order that says any woman in the United States unlawfully who gives birth to a child and that father is not a U.S. citizen or a green card holder, that baby will not be considered a U.S. citizen. It also says that...
And none of them supposed to be a U.S. citizen. That's right. You came here illegally, then you have children here, and all of a sudden you're a citizen, but you ain't, your mammy didn't build nothing, or your pappy. It was already built when you got here, when you came here. That's right. So it shouldn't even be a debate. Now, I ain't got all that love for little Donald Trump, but he right about that. And a broken clock can be right twice a day. He definitely right about the 14th Amendment. It was created for us. The descendant of slaves. That's right. It wasn't made for the South Koreans or the Vietnamese or the South Africans wasn't made for none of y'all. At all. Don't care where you came from during the 60s. Because you go back to the 50s, you go back to the 40s, you go back to the 20s, you go back to the 1800s, you go back to the 1700s, you go back to the 1600s, you go back to the 1500s, you go back to the 1300s. When Columbus came here, we was already here. None of them, all them years I just called, none of them people was not here. None of them. They had no fucking Vietnamese people here in the 1600s, or no Cambodian people, or none of them tellers that came from Nigeria and all them places like that. They was not here. That's history. South Korean people, all them people they brought in during the wars they had. Every war they had, they brought all them other people here. When they had the Korean War, who they brought here? When they had the Vietnam War, who they brought here? And Richard Pryor made a good statement about that. Them the new niggers. Richard Pryor said all them motherfuckers coming in here, that's the new niggas. Oh boy. But everything I'm saying is the truth. That's right, family. Yeah, old Richard said, that's the new niggas they're bringing in here. Oh boy. Yeah, we've been through some changes. And a lot of shit is going down. A lot of shit is going down, family. I want to talk about this young brother called himself David. I don't know if any of y'all are familiar with that case. This black dude, young black dude, supposed to unalive this young girl. When y'all listen at this clip, this man got to be evil or something wrong with him. He was messing around with a underage little girl. This man just signed $1 million contract, making good money, and they wound up finding the young girl in the trunk of his car. Now they're claiming he was a Freddy Krueger motherfucker, had a chainsaws and cut all up. I want y'all to listen at this clip.
So today we're talking about a case that has completely shaken both the music industry and the legal world, because this just isn't about an artist.
This man here got to be a devil. In the prosecution, and all this is coming from the prosecution. They got so much evidence on this man. They talk about giving him the death penalty because he was messing around with this little girl, chopped her up with a hacksaw.
This is about David Anthony Burke, also publicly known as D4VD. He's a rising singer with a fast-growing career, major momentum, and a fan base that was only getting bigger. But surprisingly, behind that image, prosecutors say that there's something very different going on. At the center of the case is Celeste Rivas Hernandez, a 14-year-old girl whose life was cut short under circumstances that investigators are now calling not only tragic, but intentional. And as this case unfolds, what's coming out isn't just allegations, it's
They claim he sent her to the spirit world because he was having improper activities with her, and she claimed, she was saying, I'm gonna mess your career up because you messing with me and this, that, and the other. At least that's what the prosecution believe in. That's their theory. But I believe he did it, me, because I've been following this for a while.
It's court documents, timelines, and evidence that prosecutors say tell a very specific story about what happened and why. Because according to the state of California, this isn't a mystery case. They are alleging that Celeste didn't just die, they are alleging that she was unalived, dismembered, and hidden. And the person that was responsible was someone that she knew very well. Now, before we go any further, I want to be clear about something. Everything that we're about to discuss is coming directly from a people's brief filed ahead of the preliminary hearing, which means this is the prosecutors laying out the evidence that they plan to present in court. So this is not speculation. This is not.
What you hear is not speculation. This is the prosecution evidence that they got to prove, but they got DNA. Man, this man, they had to be crazy. They gonna leave somebody in the trunk of your car? How stupid was that?
Social media, this is what the state is saying they can prove. So now that we've set that foundation, let's get into what these documents actually reveal. So let me just note that David is facing some very hard time. The charges against him are massive. From what the prosecution is even saying, the evidence against him is massive. They're trying to get this to go to trial within the next 60 days. So it seems like they have everything that they need.
And he's facing the death penalty. Facing the death penalty.
From my understanding, from what I read earlier, David is cooked. But let you hear it. So they're saying that on September 8th, 2025, the manager of the tow yard where the Tesla had been impounded noted that there was a smell of decay and the presence of flies coming from the vehicle. So he notified the Los Angeles Police Department and Hollywood Auto detectives, who determined that the car was registered to the defendant through departmental resources. Now, at that tow yard, LAPD detectives opened the Tesla's front storage compartment and they observed a black cadaver bag covered in insects. Now, inside of this bag, they discovered a
Peace and blessing, my brother. As Captain PYT, I think it is 2891. Peace and blessing. We'll have my sister Beverly Palmer in the house. Give some shout outs as we go along, because we got another story we're going to do about the sister that was deleted by this white boy over there in Africa. I'm definitely going to do that.
A severely decomposed head and torso. A plastic garbage bag beneath the black cadaver bag contained the dismembered arms and legs. However, the victim's ring and pinky finger on her left hand had been amputated and were not found in the Tesla. Now, on September 16, 2025, the Los Angeles County Medical Examiner's Department positively identified the body from dental records as belonging to the victim. The victim, again, is Celeste Rivas Hernandez. Now, pursuant to their investigation, LAPD robbery homicide detectives determined that the victim and defendant met in January 2022. Now, get this. Celeste was only 11 years old. But wait, y'all, because it gets worse. Now, she was 11 years old then. They began to have a sexual relationship in November of 2023 when the victim was just 13 years old and the defendant was 18. Detectives learned that the victim had been reported missing to the Riverside County Sheriff's Department, RCSD, by her family who lived in Lake Elsinore in February and April of
Yeah, it's
2024.
cold.
So this is when the charges first start to mount up against David. Now, on February 17, 2024, he was contacted by that police department. They were able to get his phone number because they went through Celeste's phone and found out that that number belonged to him.
Yeah.
They contacted him.
He
During that
cooked.
phone conversation, he said that he had spoken to the victim last, maybe February 13th or 14th, but he stated that he was unaware that she was a minor and he was unaware that she was missing. Now, that police department advised him that the Los Angeles Sheriff's Department would be coming to his home. So he was again living on Doheny Drive, that beautiful White House that we saw, the same White House that the police went into looking for blood splatter or any evidence that they could find, tying him to the unaliving of Celeste Rivas Hernandez.
And they got a bunch of them Davids like him running around. That's right. They got a whole bunch of Mr. Charlies and Ray Ray and whoever.
Now, on that day, they went to his home, they conducted a welfare check at his home, and the deputies went to the defendant's home that night at 8:15 p.m. and informed him that the victim was a 13-year-old runaway. Now, he stated that, again, he was unaware that she was a minor and had only met her once in person, November of 2023. However, the defendant showed deputies a yearbook photo of the victim he had on his cell phone. So I'm starting to believe David might be a little slow because you're saying you didn't know she was a minor, but yet you got this life touch picture with her, probably with pigtails in her head, and you're stating that you did not know she was a minor. Now, although he was claiming that he was unaware, she was returned home 2 days later. Now, despite being informed by law enforcement that the victim was only 13 years old, the defendant continued to pursue her. After the victim returned home in February of 2024, her parents took her cell phone. Now, during this time, and I don't know if you remember, there was pictures of David outside looking like he was paying little kids money. So David gave this little boy $1,000 to give a cell phone to Celeste that he purchased for her so they could stay in contact. This is a little girl. The cops have told you this is a little girl. Her parents have taken her phone, which I'm glad because the parents were actually looking pretty bad for a point. But the parents took her phone and you wanted to make sure that this little girl stayed in contact with you. Now, throughout 2024, the victim spent a significant amount of time with the defendant, including summer weekends at his home in the Hollywood Hills and traveling with him to Las Vegas, London, and Texas to meet his family. Now, not only am I looking at his family different for having her around, but her family, like who approved her going to London at 13? Now, text exchanges between the victim and the defendant contain references to sex, pregnancy, abortion, and the use of Plan B emergency contraception. There are also explicit photographs documenting and corroborating their sexual relationship. This is why I believe the prosecution is ready to go. They have so much information against David.
He's cooked. He's cooked. They got DNA evidence. They even got information that he went and bought a shovel and two chainsaws to dismember the body. I mean, they got so much evidence on this dude. It's a shame. But let's get to the sister that was deleted over in Africa. What her name was? I got a clip. What her name was, family? The sister that got deleted over in Africa. I ain't forgot her name. Yeah, he a monster. They had stupid enough to put the girl body in his car. Yeah, Ashley Janine. Yeah, let's talk about her. I want to do a little clip on her. Ashley Janine Robinson.
Ashley Janine Robinson.
I'm trying to get a latest clip. Yeah, I want y'all to listen at this clip, family. Then I'm gonna come back with I'm gonna be doing my commentary right along with this clip.
Hey, check this out. I just got this in. You didn't notice?
That's not what I meant.
Yeah, pull up on there real quick.
Ashley Robinson died during a trip to Africa with her fiance. Now, CBS News Philadelphia's Ross DeMattei spoke to her father, who...
And this man hiding somewhere. What his name was, I think Mike something. I can't think of his name right now, the old white boy. Ain't said nothing to the family. Nobody don't know where he over there living in Africa. Because if he come to America, then he can be tried. That's why he's staying over there in Africa. Y'all listen at this clip.
who is calling for a transparent investigation.
She called her mother on the afternoon of April 8th. She sounded tired, frustrated, and then she said goodnight. That was the last time Yolanda Andres ever heard her daughter's voice. But here is what nobody knew when that phone call ended. Someone on that island saw him. Someone who lives there. Someone who recognized his face. Deceased, not from this trip, but from before. And what that person told investigators about what Joe McCann was doing on those nights.
Joe McCann.
While Ashley Robinson slept in the villa he booked for her birthday.
This man took this sister's life. She left and went over there with him. Then they claim he proposed to her to get married. Then 2 days later, they say he claimed that she hung herself. Something black people ain't never done. Might stab your ass or shoot your ass. Ain't no black people gonna hang themselves. That is something we do not do. That's what white folks do. That's one of their ways of sending you to the spirit world. Because a lot of our people was done wrong with that tactic.
I'm going to show you, but not yet. Because who that person is and what they saw and what it means for the Ashley Robinson case, that is the piece of this investigation that changes everything. And I need you to carry every detail.
And let me tell you something about the police. He might have paid a lot of them people off over there. Because the common sense say he did it. After he proposed to her, she dead, and this supposed it was fighting, so they had to separate them. And that's when he did what he did. That's when he did what he did.
I am about to give you before I take you there. Stay with me. This one is going to change how you see this case. If you are new here, welcome. This is a community where we talk about cases like this around the clock. We follow the evidence, and we do not stop until the evidence speaks. So, subscribe, share the...
Peace and blessing, my brother Shabazz in the house. Glad you joined in. What's happening, Cash, Matthews, peace and love. Glad you joined in.
This video, leave a comment and tell us where you are watching from. The country, the city, the time zone. Because the Ashley Robinson case has reached every continent. And if you have been here, you already know what to do. Share this video. The Ashley Robinson case, the Ashley Robinson investigation, the Ashley Robinson death at the Zur Zanzibar Resort, the Ashley Robinson case update, the Ashley Robinson Zanzibar investigation. Here's where the case stands. Ashley Robinson was a 31-year-old Instagram and TikTok influencer from South Jersey near Philadelphia, posted under the name Ashley Jenna, over 130,000 followers. She called her content the soft life. She was engaged to Joseph Isaac McCann, 45 years old, the founder and CEO of Asymmetric Financial, a crypto hedge fund backed by Mark Andreessen, Chris Dixon, Andreessen Horowitz, Circle, and the founders of Solana. Estimated net worth is approximately $45 million. Ashley Robinson was found unresponsive inside Villa 25 at the Zur Zanzibar Resort on the northern coast of Unguja Island, Zanzibar, Tanzania, East Africa, on the night of April 8th, 2026. She was pronounced gone on April 9th. The Zanzibar police say she was responsible for her own death. Her family...
You hear that bullshit? She was responsible for her own death because that white boy probably paid them all. But let me tell you something before we go farther in this video. If it was a black man and a white girl, if Ashley was white and Joe was black, you think he wouldn't be locked up? You don't think it would be investigated more than it is? Common sense, that man did that. He did that. And everybody know he did it. Ain't nobody else. She wasn't with nobody else. She was fighting with him. They had to separate them. Then 3 hours later, she dead. You can't figure that out. Something wrong with your brains.
Family rejects that completely. Her mother, Yolanda Andress, told WPVI, "She has never done anything that would ever lead me to believe that she would do something to hurt herself." Her father, Harry Robinson, told CBS News, "Uncertainty, mystery, anger, sadness. It is like a part of me has been taken." Her sister, Alyssa, told NBC News, "None of this makes sense." The medical records from the second hospital list the cause as cerebral hypoxia resulting from external force applied to the neck. There is an unidentified mark around her neck. There are 3 different versions of how she was found. Her fiance waited 11 hours to call her mother. The family found out she was gone.
The white boy waited 11 hours to call. And ever since this investigation, nobody heard nothing from this white boy. Where he at? Why he ain't saying nothing? Why he ain't paid her family to get her back to the United States? That man is guilty as charged, and he gonna stay over where he at unless the Tanzania authorities, which if there was righteous people, they go get his monkey ass, because he did that. She was with him in Africa, not nobody else. That's common sense. Ain't nothing to figure out. But if it was the other way around, if Ashley was white and Joe was black, United States government would have been over there. The United States government would have went over there and got JoJo or whoever. People with all these different ideas, and I ain't no private investigator, and I know better than that. That's right.
From the hotel, not from McCann. On April 14th, Zuberi Chembera, Zanzibar's Deputy Commissioner of Police, confirmed the investigation is open. They took McCann's passport. They are pursuing an independent forensic autopsy. The U.S. Embassy sent a coroner from Dar es Salaam, and Ashley's family from the other side of the world has been pushing for the surveillance footage from the resort. That footage has not been released. McCann has not spoken publicly since April 9th. Not to CBS News, not to NBC News, not to ABC News, not to WPVI or 6 ABC or Newsweek or CoinDesk or the Associated Press, not to the family, not to anyone. And someone on that island, a local Tanzanian source, saw something about Joe McCann that Ashley Robinson never saw.
Him not saying nothing, that tell you right there, he's guilty. He's guilty. And he's from the United States. They left from the States and went over there. Why he ain't come back yet? Because if he come back here, they're going to arrest his ass. That sister didn't hang herself. He took her out.
Something that reframes every confirmed fact in this case. I'm going to show you who that person is. I'm going to show you what they described, but not yet, because first, you need to understand who Ashley was, what she built, what she believed, because without understanding the soft life she was building, you cannot understand how completely it was betrayed. And I need you to carry something with you as we go deeper. Carry her mother's words.
My name is Colin Sims. I serve as the District Attorney for the 22nd Judicial District, serving both St. Tammany and Washington parishes. Judge Burris has a reputation.
Words. Yolanda Andress told WPVI
was that she was supposed to be happy and she was engaged. She celebrated her birthday thereafter, and then she's just gone.
There's words. Harry Rock.
How you gonna die on your birthday? Tell me. But something wrong with them. The police department over there, they definitely must have got paid off. Because that's where he's living at. He's somewhere over there. I don't know where he at. He ain't said nothing to nobody because he's guilty as charged.
Robinson told CBS News, uncertainty, mystery, anger, sadness. It is like a part of me has been taken. And he said, we are here helpless. He said it twice. Helpless. A father on the other side of the world from where his daughter was found, and carry her sister's words. Alyssa told NBC News 5 words that have traveled further than any official statement. None of this makes sense. Those 5 words are the reason you are watching this video. Those 5 words are the reason the investigation is open. And those 5 words are the reason I'm going to show you what was seen on that island, because the official version does not make sense. And the version the island tells does. But first, Ashley, drop your location in the comments before we go deeper. The country, the city, the time zone. I want investigators in Zanzibar to see how many people across the world are watching. Every comment pushes this video to one more person who...
Peace and blessings to Burlington, North Carolina in the house. Peace and love to everybody in Carolina. Glad you joined in.
needs to see what was seen on that island. Before I show you what was seen on that island, before I show you who the local source is and what he described, before I show you what may have been happening on those nights while Ashley slept, I need to show you who Ashley Robinson was. Not the version the police reduced to a statistic, the real Ashley. Because without understanding what she built, what she believed, what she told her audience every single day, you cannot understand why what happened to her on that island is not just a case. It is a betrayal of everything she stood for. Ashley Robinson was born on April 5th, 1995 in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. She grew up in South Jersey, moved to Miami, and built a life that looked from the outside like something people spend years chasing. Over 130,000 followers on Instagram and TikTok, a personal brand built around luxury travel, intentional living, and what she publicly called the soft life. Her words, the deliberate choice to stop settling, stop shrinking.
And the soft life got her messed up. Messing around with somebody like Joe.
her exactly that, less. Let that settle, because that word less is the word that makes the Ashley Robinson case more than a case. It makes it a betrayal of everything she built, everything she believed, everything she told 130,000 women every single day. She told them, choose yourself. She told them, refuse to settle. She told them, the soft life is not passivity, it is intention. She told them, you deserve more. And if the local source's account is even partially accurate, the man she said yes to gave her the opposite of everything she preached. He gave her a trip built on secrets, an engagement built on a history she was not allowed to see, and a villa on an island where the locals knew things about him that she did not. Every woman who followed Ashley Robinson, every woman who...
That's where he at right now. They know he's a crook. Even the locals know what kind of person he was. He probably was over there doing some wrong things to women over there. Because a lot of them white folks, the rich ones, they go to them countries like that, Thailand and Cambodia, and do all kind of evil shit.
Used her feed as proof that the soft life was possible. Think about what this means. The blueprint worked. The photos were real. The proposal was real. The giraffe was real. The rose petals were real. But behind every real photo, there was something she could not see. And the island, the staff, the locals, the community around Nungwi, they could see it. They had been seeing it for years, and they said nothing. Because that is how Zanzibar works. The island does not volunteer information. The island remembers. The island watches. And the island keeps what it knows until someone asks. Nobody asked until it was too late. And here's the part that most of the coverage has not examined. The logistics of Ashley's isolation on that island. Zuri, Zanzibar sits on Nungwi Beach, on the northern tip of Unguja. It is set apart from Stone Town, from the airport, from the parts of Zanzibar that are mapped and well-trafficked and anonymous. Getting to the resort from the airport requires a transfer, either a taxi across the island or a vehicle. Getting off the island requires a flight from Abid Amani Karume International Airport, which is near Stone Town, roughly 60 kilometers from Nungwi.
She went out in the middle of nowhere with a devil. I hate to say it like that, family, but she got programmed and conditioned to take a trip with this devil. Because that was his intentions. Anytime you propose to somebody and then they got to separate y'all from fighting, there ain't no love.
Or a ferry from Dar es Salaam. Ashley could not simply
they
leave,
would pay it off.
even if she wanted to, even if the fighting was unbearable.
Managing multiple credit cards can feel like you have 50 extra mental tabs open. Switching apps, trying to remember which card.
Even if she had discovered something that made her want to get on the next plane home, she would have needed transport. She would have needed to know the route. She would have needed to navigate a country she had never been to, in a language she did not speak, through systems she did not understand. And every piece of that logistics chain, the booking, the transport, the flights, was controlled by the man she was fighting with. Think about what that means. Ashley was not just emotionally trapped, she was logistically trapped. On an island in a villa booked under his name, with no independent way to leave. Every woman who has ever been on a trip with someone and felt the moment shift, the moment where...
And this, whoever doing this information, he telling the truth. Somebody go, you think I'm going way off with some motherfucker somewhere I don't know nothing about? You asked him to die. But she didn't know no better. She was in love, but he was not. When she found out he wasn't real, it was too late. It was too late. The devil had her.
Where the person you are with becomes someone you do not recognize, imagine that moment happening on an island off the coast of East Africa, where you do not know anyone, where you do not speak the language, where the nearest airport is 60 kilometers away, and the man whose name is on everything is the man you are trying to get away from. That is what the soft life looked like from the inside of Villa 25. Not intention, not choice, not refusal to accept less. Captivity dressed up as luxury. Where are you watching from right now? Drop your location, because Ashley Robinson's case needs every pair of eyes. And every comment keeps this video in front of the algorithm, keeps her name alive, keeps the pressure on for of them. They moved him. Staff characterized the situation as severe enough that they acted for their safety. For their safety. That is not the language of a couple having a loud disagreement. That is the language of staff who concluded someone in that villa was at risk. Ashley remained in Villa 25. McCann was 10 minutes away, and then 2 to 3 hours passed. 2 to 3 hours in a private villa on an island in the Indian Ocean with the man who proposed to her 5 days earlier, now 10 minutes away, and no one else close enough to help. Think about what those 2 to 3 hours felt like for Ashley, alone, on an island she did not know, in a villa booked by a man whose secrets she had just discovered after 3 days of fighting, after being separated from him by hotel staff for their safety. Every mother watching this, if your daughter called you from that villa at that moment, what would you have told her? Would you have told her to stay? Would you have told her to leave? And if she wanted to leave, where would she go? At midnight, on an island off the coast of East Africa, in a country where she did not speak the language? Ashley Robinson had nowhere to go. And within 2 to 3 hours of the separation, she was found unresponsive. Type "I am still here" in the comments, those 4 words, because what I'm about to show you next is the 11-hour silence, the window between when something happened and when her family was told. McCann called Yolanda Andress, Ashley's mother, on
11 hours before he said something to her people. He brought her way off somewhere. Where can she go? Couldn't go nowhere. Then the people, looked like a lot of black people were staying at the hotel or running the police department. They went along with it. And they did no investigating. None. But if it was the other way around, I can guarantee you,
on April 9th. 11 hours after the incident, he told her Ashley had done something to herself. He told her she was stable. Stable. That was the word he chose. A word designed to slow the family's reaction, not speed it up. Yolanda was not told to get on a plane. She was not.
Then he lied to the family saying she was all right. She did something to herself, but she's all right. She's stable. When she was dead. Pure demon.
Told to call the hospital. She was told her daughter was stable, and then silence. The next call did not come from McCann. It came from the hotel. The hotel was gone. Harry Robinson told CBS News, "Beyonce did not reach out to us at all. That is devastating when your daughter is halfway around the world." Imagine that. 11 hours. Your daughter is in a hospital on the other side of the world. And the man who was supposed to love her, the man who proposed to her 5 days earlier, waited 11 hours to tell you. And when he finally called, he told you she was stable, and then he disappeared. What was he doing for 11 hours? Who was he talking to? What was he arranging? Those questions have not been answered, and McCann has not spoken publicly since April 9th. Not to the family, not to the press, not anyone. A man who built his career talking. The founder of Asymmetric Financial, a crypto hedge fund backed by Mark Andreessen, Chris Dixon, Andreessen Horowitz, Circle, and the founders of Solana. A man with an estimated net worth of $45 million. A man who was on podcast stages, at conferences, in Forbes, in the Wall Street Journal. A man with over 100,000 followers on X. That man, since the day Ashley was pronounced gone, has said nothing. Multiple news outlets, CBS News, NBC News, ABC News, CoinDesk have tried to reach him. None have received a response. His X account has continued to function without acknowledging Ashley. Content from his Instagram has reportedly been deleted. He deleted the photos. Think about that. The man who posted photos with Ashley at crypto conferences, at luxury resorts, at the moments that made his personal brand look stable and consolidated, deleted them. after she was gone, while her family was still waiting for answers.
No need to say no more. Guilty as charged. Some people, she felt in love with the devil. He brought her way out somewhere she don't know nothing about. Can you imagine you way off somewhere and you want to leave and you can't leave? That was a hell of a situation. And it looked like you're going to get away with it. What y'all think about it, family? Y'all think he's going to get away with it? Y'all think he's going to come back to the United States? I don't think so. He's going to stay right where he at. Because them sellout black people over there, he didn't, man got billions of dollars. You know, if he gave them about $1,000 a piece, that was a whole lot of money. Sad family. A sad situation. But some people, that's the way life goes. You never know what you're dealing with certain people. The devil within. And you don't even know that they're setting you up to take advantage of you. Do this, that, and the other. But her soul is all right. But will he be convicted? That's what I would like to know. We're going to play a little Devil's Night. Peace and love. Hope y'all enjoyed the live stream. Yeah, he ain't gonna get no. He's safe in Africa. He's safe where he at. He ain't come back to the United States. That man been living over there. And actually might be 3 or 4. He might be a serial killer. How we know? This man might be a serial killer. Yeah, life insurance. What's that, my sister? My Sheila? Peace and love. Peace and milk and honey. All by myself. Don't you call the road till I get there, family. I'm coming on all by myself. I sure can't for nobody else. I can't for my mother. Not even my father. Not even my sister. Not even my brother, but I'm coming home. All by myself. Don't you call the road till I get there, family. I'm coming all by myself. I sure can't. No, I can't help it. But nobody else. walk the streets of gold.
I wanna touch the pearly gate. I wanna see some milk and honey in that land where there is plenty. I'm gonna do a holy dance. I'm gonna shout hallelujah. I'm gonna sing Zion's song.
The late Miss Deborah Smith. Yeah, you're right.
I'm coming all by myself.
That's a call to roll, family. Till I get there. Hope y'all enjoyed the live stream tonight, family. We're gonna let Deborah Smith and one more song take us out of here. I enjoyed being with the family, trying to bring the truth, trying to bring some high vibration, and always bring some love. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, the righteous will be there. Hit that like button before you get on out of here. Those that's watching the live stream. Michael Brown on the saxophone. Sister Deborah Smith on lead vocals. Oh, reliable. Thank you very much, my brother. Peace, blessings, and love. Had a nice little crowd in here tonight. We ain't had no troubles out the throne. Well. Peace and love to all the family that is in the live stream tonight. Wherever you come from, the Carolinas, California, Texas, Michigan, Alabama, Mississippi, Florida, Georgia, Tennessee, Virginia, Maryland, New York, Connecticut, Michigan, Ohio, Illinois, Indiana, Texas, Kentucky, California, D.C., Washington State, Arkansas, Missouri, South Carolina, North Carolina, Tennessee, over in the motherland, Ghana, the Congo, all through the Caribbean. Love you all. Are you right? Yeah, we're going to let the horns blow. That's what's going to close us out. We're going to let the horns close us out after Deborah Smith do her thing. Every day I'm striving to live my life until the righteous creation of righteousness. churches all over this family. Do anybody want to hear it? Do you want to hear it? Peace and love. Hit that like button before you get on out of here. Make sure you share this live stream on your TikTok, your Instagram, your Facebook, your Twitter. Well, you're right. Thank you very much, my sister Queen. I know who I am. And the rest of the family and that watch this live stream. All my brothers and sisters, Joe Thomas, out of California, Brother Thomas, Miss Sherry Pye. Yeah, when it's all said and done. Service well done. What's the name of the song? Don't sign my name. Deborah Snipes. Just type in Deborah Snipes and the Angels. Yeah, don't call my name. Yeah. Was that my brother? Radical Radio. Thank you very much. Peace and blessings. Willie Gilly. Don't sign my name. Listen at that saxophone player. Get down, Michael Brown. Michael Brown! That saxophone player ain't that nice. Thank you very much, my brother. Radical Radio. Yeah! Sister Deborah Snipes, the late great Deborah Snipes.
Hey man, were you blessed?
Yeah, I was blessed tonight,
Hey
man.
were you really blessed?
We're gonna let the home take us on out of here.
A round of applause. My Lord. Would you like that saxophone player?
Yeah, that's nice.
Come on, show us some love. Show us some love.
Show us some love.
My Lord. My Lord. Don't go nowhere, honey. Wait for me. Don't go nowhere. Wait for me. I don't drink all kinds of water.
We're gonna let the homes take us on out of here, family. Peace, blessings, and love. Let the homes blow. Let them blow to the heavens. Let them blow up north, down south. Let them blow east and west. Let them blow to the Caribbean. Let them blow to the heavens. Let them blow to the ancestors and the creator of the creator and their ancestors. Peace and love. Hit that like button before you get on out of here. Yeah, let them blow. Let freedom ring. And the children sing. Peace, blessings, and love to the melanated family. Yeah, blow that trumpet, my brother. Yeah, let them blow. Let the horn blow. Nobody can do it like we do it, family. Peace and love. All praises to the Creator and our ancestors who came before us, who gave us wisdom, who gave us knowledge, who gave us understanding. All praises to the Most High. All praises to the Creator, the essence that is, was, and ever shall be. Glory, 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 my brother. Let freedom reign. Let the children sing. Yeah, let them blow. Let freedom reign. Let the beautiful children sing. All praises to the Most High, the essence that is, was, and ever shall be. The essence that does everything in the universe. Peace and love. Thank y'all, family, for joining in. I tried to did my best to bring the truth. May not be one of my greatest videos, but long the truth gets understood, long the truth be told, that's all that matters. That's all that matters right now is the truth, family. Love y'all with all my heart and soul. Everybody have a blessed night, blessed weekend coming up. Stay safe out there, because they got a lot of demons that's running around. That's right. Peace, blessing, and love. Shalom. Shalom. Assalamu alaikum. Adi oheba tako zaman. I love my melanated family all the time. And I'm out. Zehu.